welcome back. In the previous video we have done with our setup. So now what we will do, we will go and we will create queries, that is nothing but the GraphQL queries. So for that, what you need to do, you need to go under the resources, and here you need to create one directory, and the name that directory I will give, that is nothing but the GraphQL, and under that I will create one file that is nothing but the query file. Okay, so I have to write the query now. So I will give it as a query dot GraphQLs. So see guys, whenever you have go and whenever you are creating any file under this GraphQL, so you need to give the extensions that is nothing but the GraphQLs. So I will create one query. So this is the format of query. This is nothing but a type query. Under that, what you need to do, you need to write one query. So I will write the query for bank, and after that I will give the return type of that query, that is nothing but the bank account. Okay, so bank account, and here we go. And here I'm getting this error because this bank account is return type which we have not defined as of now. So what you need to do, you need to go and you need to define that return type, that is nothing but the bank account. And what is the type of that? That is nothing but the bank account. So I will create bank account, and here what you need to do, you need to define some attributes. Whatever the attributes which you required, only those attributes you need to mention over here. So I required ID for my project, so I will give it as ID. And after that, what is the data type of that ID? So that data type of ID is nothing but the ID. So I required another thing, that is nothing but the is active, means that user is active or not, that I have to check. So for that purpose I am giving that is nothing but the active, and I am using that is nothing but the boolean. But see, whenever you are going into GraphQL, it will not support the boolean, so it will not understand what is means by boolean. So for that, what you need to do, you need to just go and you need to create one enum for that, and into that enum you need to pass the values, that is nothing but the true and false. So now he has no, that is nothing but it is a boolean, and the type of the boolean is means that we have the two values, that is nothing but true and false. After that, I required the another field, that is nothing but the balance, and the return type of the balance is suppose string. And now I want suppose age of that person, so I will give it the age, and the return type, that is nothing but the integer. I required name, gender, so I will give it as a name of that human, that is the return type is string. And after that I will give age, I have given name. After that gender, these things I have to define over here. So the gender is suppose string, and now I have to define also the company and email of that guy. So company, that is nothing, company and string. I required email of type string. So see guys, I require these attributes, so that's why I have defined those attributes. But if you don't want all these attributes, suppose you want only the ID is active or balance, you can define only these three attributes over here. But if you want these attributes are required, so in that case what you need to do, you need to go and you need to define those attributes over here. So this is done. So now my query is nothing but my query is a bank. The return type of the query is nothing but the bank account, and into the bank account whatever the fields which I required, so that is nothing but the ID, then that user is active or not I need to check, then I need to check the balance, I need to check the integer age of that person, I need to check the name, gender, company and email. So this is the format of query, and this query has done now. So now what I need to do, just I have to go and I have to create, now I have to go into the main and I will create one entity for it. So these things as of now, whatever things which you have done, this is for the GraphQL purpose. So this is nothing but the GraphQL query. So now I will go and I will create one entity for it, because we need to map those values now. So I will create one package, and into that package I will give that is nothing but the entity, and under that I will create one Java class, and I will give the name of that Java class is nothing but the, suppose I will give it is as a bank account. So this is my entity now. So now into the entity I required whatever the fields which we have defined into our query. So I required private string id I required that is a active person or not. So private boolean